We're almost to the 2025 NFL draft. We're just days away. That means it's time to get to full mock drafts for every team, and we're to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at number 19. This may be my favorite class of any team that I have drafted so far. So let's get into it at number 19, Malaki Starks, safety out of Georgia. I understand that not everybody loves him. I just don't understand why. Okay, so he didn't have the tremendous production, didn't have all the interceptions. He's still just an absolute dog. And he's been a dog for years. This past year, the tape wasn't as good. The corners weren't as good. You ask a safety to do as much as they asked Malaki to do this past year, the tape's going to get worse. He's not crazy fast. He's not huge. But you put him in that secondary with Antoine Winfield Jr., that might be the best combo of safeties in the NFL. And Malaki does a lot of what Winfield doesn't. So you can let Winfield do what he really does well, which is play up in the box, be more of an enforcer. I love the fit. I did not do this until the last mock. This is one of the only picks in the first round that I did. At no point did I have the guy with the team that wound up drafting him in my final mock. But once I saw it, I couldn't unsee it, and I think he fits really nicely there with Tampa Bay. It's Malaki Stark, safety out of Georgia. Second round, you get the linebacker. Tank, our resident Buccaneers fan, always says every mock you do, find somebody to replace Anthony Walker. Demetrius Knight Jr., linebacker out of South Carolina, older kid, but really aggressive, really good against the run. I think he can play in the inside of a 3-4. I think he can play outside in a 4-3. I don't really care. The kid can just play. Outside of Jahad Campbell, he's my number 2 linebacker in this class because I don't see Jalen Walker as an actual linebacker. He's more of an edge rusher to me. Knight is one of those players that's just going to – some team's going to take him in the second round. It's going to be the least sexy pick in the round, and they may be the team happiest with their second-round pick when we look at this draft 3 years from now. Jared Ivey at number 84, edge rusher out of Ole Miss. I think he's going to have to play 5-tech in the NFL. He just doesn't have the bend. He's also not as freakishly fast or anything like that. He would be a really quick 5-tech. He will be a really slow 7-tech. So if you put him on the outside of a 4-man front, he's going to be one of the slowest ones in the NFL. But in Tampa Bay, they can play him in that 3-4 defensive end role. Him and Cansey. You got Vita Vea in the middle. And I think those two, Cansey and Ivey, can make up for the lack of pass rush that you get from Vita, even though Vita's getting better over time. Fourth round, Miles Frazier, guard out of LSU. A lot of teams are higher on him than I am. I think he belongs here. I've heard talk he could go in the top 100. I don't buy that. I think he more fits into right here. I like Emory Jones better, but Frazier is a guy that Tampa Bay has been during the process, and I think would be a nice fit there in the fourth round as that second starter, probably taking over for Ben Bredeson. Denzel Burke, cornerback out of Ohio State, he cannot play man to save his life. And he was absolutely awful at times last year, but there's still talent in him. He just didn't develop for whatever reason. He really didn't fit into that defense this past year. But if you put him in a more zone-heavy scheme, specifically what you're getting here in Tampa Bay, I like the fit. And then the Evan Doyle special, J.J. Roberts, safety out of Marshall. He's an undersized kid, but the tape is really, really good. And they had him in for a top 30 visit. I wanted to get him in this mock somewhere because I wanted to talk about him. If he fits here nicely with Tampa Bay, he would be a special teams guy for the first couple years. The hope is that you could develop him into a safety over the next 2-3 years, but he will be a special teams ace off the jump. J.J. Roberts, safety out of Marshall. Buccaneers fans, do you like this mock? Do you hate this mock? Do you want to talk about the fact that I drafted 2 safeties? Because I'm sure somebody's going to complain about that before it's all said and done. Do that in the comments. If there's players you want to talk about their fit with Tampa Bay, or if you just want to know who they've been in on during the process, comment that in the comments of this video. And subscribe to this channel so you can see everything we do this week live from Green Bay, Wisconsin, as we bring you the 2025 draft from live in the building. First 2 days on Radio Row, third day in the big-ass house on the lake. It's all yours here in the Sportsocracy. I'm at ESPN Draft Nerd Jeremy Green, and this was the final 7-round mock draft for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.